Well, there are several things I think that marketers forget when they're going online. One of the things we often see is that marketing people, they talk a lot about themselves, well, not about themselves, but about the product they're selling and the features they think important, and they forget to do research and to know what their customers really think is important. And the second thing we often see is that both marketing people and designers think that a website should be visually impressive, and all the tests we do prove that the more, I'm not saying boring, but the more down to earth the website is, most of the time, the better it will be, or the more sales you'll get out of it. There is definitely a lack of customer centricity in online marketing. There has been a research, I think it's from 2015, and apparently 80% of companies, they say that they are customer centric, but when you ask their customers, only 8% of the customers think that those companies are customer centric. And then the question is, how do you close that gap? How do you overcome the divide between you and your customer? And that is something that everybody should really work on very hard. And for me, it's the only thing that you will survive online. You have to find your own unique niche and why people want to buy from you and why do they not buy from a competitor. And that's what you have to pinpoint, and that's very, very important. Both Jeff Bezos as Steve Jobs said, we start from the customer need, the customer experience, and then we work backwards towards the technology and towards the solution. And if there's something that Booking.com and Amazon have in common, it's the customer centricity. And I think Jeff Bezos said something like, we treat our customer as an NVT to a party, and we want to give them a good time all the time. And it's not only the website, but it's like, what kind of product do you offer? How do you offer them? How do you deliver it? It's the whole chain, and the website is just a small part of it. Most of the time the website shows how a company is organized, and you should tear down those walls, and it should be one whole. It's like the product, how you market it, how you deliver it, the packaging, it's one story, and it should be like that. When I speak with online marketing people in big companies, I think one of the frustrations they have is that everybody has their opinion on the website and that they're not allowed to do what they want. And it's also something that we see. We are hired to help companies to grow their website, to grow their business online. And everybody in the company has his opinion and they don't want to change things. And you have to break out, once again, out of those boundaries. It's like, what we often see is that companies are like, oh, this is against our guidelines, this is against this, but the guidelines should be a result of what you see that works best for your customers. And now we have guidelines, and the guidelines prohibit people from in the company to do something different, and you always stay the same. I don't think there are a lot of rules. There are rules with Amazon and Booking.com, but all the separate teams there, they can work independently. And I think that's one of the biggest things that most traditional companies can learn from the new companies. It's like small teams. Booking.com is 4 or 5 people. Amazon, the teams are 8, 9 people, and they can completely decide by themselves what they do, the experiments they run on the website, and that's how you get the things moving.